So once you launch Unreal Engine 5.4.4, you'll get this project browser window. You want to go to Games and Third Person. Change the project location to, I like to put it to the desktop. I'm going to change the project name to Test Demo. And then Blueprint, Desktop, Maximum, Starter Content, Ray Tracing on. And then I'm going to hit Create. And then this will take a minute. Oh. Perfect. So this is our starter template, but we are not going to be using this template. You want to create a new level. So to do that, File, New Level, Basic, Create. And immediately I'm going to save. And it wants me to save this new level, so I'm going to create a new folder, call this Levels. Inside this levels folder, I'm going to call this test level, right? You will name it whatever makes sense to your animation. Hit save. Awesome. So now in the content browser as well, this is where all your assets will exist. I'm going to create a new level, or a new folder, call this meshes. Inside the meshes, now I'm going to drag in the chest I exported from Maya, chest UE5, bring that in. See that I get all these import options. I don't really need to worry about anything here. So I'm going to say import all. And like I said, this comes in as individual pieces, but if I have them all selected, I can bring them in, and there we go. Right? Or I can bring them in individually. And you can see that just like where it was in Maya, this pivot point is here. Because this is where the grouped object pivot point was. Same thing for this. Great. Okay. So now I'm going to create a new material or a new folder. Call this materials. I'm going to right click, create a new material. Call this chest material _01. And in the contents, I'm going to create a new folder. Right click, new folder. Call this textures. And I'm going to bring in my textures that I created. They are right here, chest textures. So I'm going to drag that whole folder in. You can see I get all these importing notifications. I'm just going to hit OK. Great. So these are all my texture maps. So materials, I'm going to right click the material. This is my material graph. This is where we'll be setting up the materials. Go back into my content drawer. Find my textures, click, hold shift, click, I'm going to drag them all in. Awesome. Now I'm going to spread them out. My base color will go on top. My normal map will go on the bottom. Emissive will go right above that. And then roughness, occlusion, metallic right above that. Nice. So you want this to look as clean as possible. So I'm going to take my RGB of the base color map, drag that into base color. For my metallic and roughness, you can see that here. I'm going to take the B into metallic and the G into roughness. For my emissive, I'm going to take the RGB into emissive color, and my normal map, the RGB goes into normal. I'm going to hit save. Always want to save that. Now, if I go back into my materials, here's my material. Perfect. This is exactly how it looked in Substance Painter. A little bit of stretching here, but okay. But now I want to control the intensity of this emissive. So I'm going to go back to my material. What I want to do is drag this out. I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to search for a multiply node. I'm going to click this multiply. I'm going to take the RGB into the A of the multiply and the output here into the emissive color. Okay. Now I want to create a parameter node. So I'm going to hold down S on the keyboard and left click. And there I get a parameter node. I'm going to call this emissive intensity. I'm going to take this node here and bring that into the B. And there we go. But in this parameter node, I want to set up some values for the intensity. So a default value of 1 is fine. For a slider, minimum of 1, maximum of 100 works fine. Hit OK. I'm going to hit save. Perfect. Now I can see in real time, if I'm still selected in the parameter node, if I go to parameter here, I can now see I can manipulate the intensity. Great. I can hit save. So that is how to set up your materials for Unreal Engine. And this goes for any sort of model, mesh, or asset.